When Dorothy wasn't able to settle her gambling debts, Jasmine called her nephew Spencer to force her to pay up. Spencer arrived soon afterward and was threatening Dorothy and Lily when Kevin came into the room. Spencer and his men recognized Kevin as the Chicago branch enforcer of the Myriads. They offered to cancel the debt, but Kevin insisted on paying what Dorothy owed. "But I couldn't possibly accept that from you," Spencer protested. He was scared out of his mind at the thought that he'd been threatening the enforcer's wife. The whole room fell silent. Jasmine, Dorothy, and the others just stood there with their mouths hanging open. What the hell was going on? How could all of these ferocious men be so afraid of Kevin? And did they just call him the enforcer? Jasmine had never seen anything like this before. Her nephew usually handled her problems right away because he was such an intimidating figure. Jasmine was perplexed by the whole situation. "Listen to me, Spencer," Kevin said as he pointed at Dorothy. "She's my mother-in-law and I'm willing to pay the money she owes to your aunt and her friends. It's only fair." "We can't let you pay her debt, enforcer. We don't want your money. In fact, if I'd known this young woman is your wife, I wouldn't have even come here with my men," Spencer insisted desperately. Lily lay in the hospital bed watching Kevin through tearful eyes. How many other things had her husband kept hidden from her? "Just accept the money. I'm not kidding." Kevin practically begged Spencer to let him pay. "Please, enforcer. I couldn't possibly take anything from you," Spencer pleaded. Jasmine looked questioningly at her nephew. "What's wrong with you, Spencer? I won the money fair and square." "Aunt Jasmine, we really can't take their money," Spencer tried to explain. "No, that won't do. I must have what she owes me," Jasmine demanded. She looked at Kevin and had an idea. "I have no idea why you're so afraid of him. Have you mistaken him for someone else? He's just Dorothy's loser son-in-law." "Please, Aunt Jasmine, you have to stop talking," Spencer said curtly. He couldn't help thinking about what he saw Kevin do to Nolan Hill as he sobbed. "My aunt doesn't know who you are. Please accept my apologies." "Don't worry about it. But please stop all this groveling," Kevin replied as he rubbed his forehead. This was the first time he'd ever encountered a situation where he couldn't even give away his money. "I appreciate your understanding, sir," Spencer said gratefully. Jasmine realized she was getting nowhere, so she announced dejectedly, "I'm pretty tired after playing cards all night. I think I'll just head home and get some rest. Bye, Spencer." She and her friends quickly walked out of the room, leaving Dorothy staring at Kevin in disbelief. Her opinion of her son-in-law had changed a lot. Did he meet some big shot while he was in jail? Dorothy thought to herself. But Kevin didn't care what Dorothy was thinking about. He walked over to Lily and kissed her on the cheek. Then he said softly, "Everything's okay now. You should get some rest. I have a few things to take care of." "Yes, honey," Lily nodded in agreement. Kevin stood up and took a deep breath. He glanced at the Myriads who were standing there looking very agitated. "Don't just stand there. Come along with me. I've got something I want you to do for me." Kevin walked out of the room and the rest of the men quickly followed behind him. Kevin led them to the stairwell door and gave Spencer an order. "I want you to take some of your men and find out everything you can about the Hill family for me." "Are you talking about the family from Detroit?" Spencer asked in surprise. "You know about them?" Kevin asked with a slight frown. "We've worked with them before and I know them pretty well. They're very strong, but not a big challenge to most of the people in the Myriads or the Alliance," Spencer explained. He had a good idea of what Kevin had in mind. "Very strong? That doesn't matter to me. I want Craig Hill to suffer for what he's done," Kevin growled as he clenched his fists. "Have everyone meet me at the Whistler Hotel tonight at 7 o'clock. I've got something important to announce." "Yes, sir," Spencer replied as he took his men and quickly headed downstairs. Next, Kevin called Mitchell Cook to ask him to clear out the hotel for the evening. When Kevin got to the hotel, he saw the only people there were the Myriads and the hotel staff. A large buffet had been set up on the first and second floors. In the largest private room on the top floor, Kevin sat at the head of a long table, and dozens of representatives from the other branches sat along the sides. "Enforcer, we finished our investigation," Spencer reported. "What did you find?" Kevin asked him tersely. "I don't know why the Hills family strength has increased so much in the past few years, but the most important ones are Craig Hill's 5 adopted children. They're quite advanced in their training, and they've obviously benefited from herbal medications. And they're giving the family a real edge in their competition, especially their financial dealings." 5 adopted children? Kevin pondered as he swirled the wine in his glass. "There's one more thing. Their compound is heavily guarded," Spencer hurried to add. "Sounds like this won't be easy," Kevin commented as he put his wine glass on the table. "Can you think of a way to get at them?" "I really don't know how we could take them down without heavy losses," Spencer informed him bluntly. "Do you really think so? No matter how many we sent against them?" Kevin asked. But deep down inside he already knew the answer. If Craig Hill's children were as powerful as Spencer had said, they could resist any number of attackers. "And there's something else, Enforcer. They're expanding their operations to Chicago. It's possible that they have another trick up their sleeve," Spencer pointed out. He had to lay out the facts, even at the risk to his own family. "So you're saying that we can't do anything about them?" Kevin asked grimly. "No, that's not what I'm saying. We just have to chip away at them. To overcome their strength, we have to take them out one by one. If we go after all of them at once, we'll only hurt ourselves," Spencer said confidently. "So what's your plan? This is no time to beat around the bush," Kevin stated plainly. "From what we've found out, Craig Hill's 5 adopted children all have different hobbies and interests. We can use that to set up a trap for them," Spencer explained. It sounded like a good strategy to Kevin. He gave Spencer his approval. "All right, then I'll leave the details up to you. Whatever the cost, you have to set things up right. But I want his children taken alive. As for the others, I don't care what happens to them." If they were as powerful as Spencer had said, Kevin might as well keep them alive. They could be useful to him. "I promise I won't let you down," Spencer agreed excitedly. Kevin nodded in agreement and raised his glass high in the air. He announced loudly, "This is the first time I've given you orders since I became the Enforcer. I wish you all success."
Please subscribe to the Pocket FM YouTube channel and press the bell icon for instant notification. Check out our channel for more such exciting shows.